Birds before land, the signs that your manifestation is coming through, things are starting to move. Now, I've done videos on this before, and this one is specifically going to be about the ways that you can undo your progress when you start to see birds before land. So, hi, my name is Alex. I talk about manifestation and soul healing on my channel, and let's just get straight into this one. But stay tuned because I have some big personal news I'll be sharing. So, the notes that I took for this one are to stop shutting out movement. So if you are affirming that, I think that this could be most commonly associated with a specific person. So say that you're trying to manifest someone back into your life or into, a relationship with them again. Or maybe it's just anyone. It's not a specific person, but you want a relationship. This is where I see this most commonly. Other people are going to start to show up in the way that you want this one person to show up, and they're probably people that you don't desire like that. You don't really want to be with them. You don't desire the movement from them. What can happen is we can get upset and offended. Oh my gosh, I can't believe that, Carl is asking me out and always talking to me when I really want Ben to be the one that's talking to me and asking me out. And we can we can spiral into those negative thoughts and really collapse in on ourselves of why is it always this and why can't I ever have this? You could just really go deep into your negative thoughts. You can get very upset about it just because somebody else isn't showing up that way. And I think that it can be upsetting because you might think that that's it. That's the manifestation. What did I say the name was? Carl. Carl is the only one who's now going to show up like that, and that energy is never going to reach Ben, who's the one you want. And that's simply not true. Your energy is spreading. Your reality is rendering. So when you're doing the internal shifts, affirmations, doing the healing work to change your external reality, there's a rendering process. And everything is going to change based on your level of resistance. Everything that you have no cares about and no ideas and structure around the way that they should be showing up, those are the things that are going to start moving first. So Carl, who you don't care about because you don't want to be with them, is going to start showing up easier than Ben, who you have this whole story about. So I think that instead of getting upset, because it's frustrating, right? I mean, this can happen outside of a specific person. This could be a job. Maybe you really, really want this dream job and you're getting all these amazing offers from other people. And it can actually give you the fear of missing out almost. You can feel like maybe I should be settling for these other things. Maybe it's a sign. Maybe I'm not meant to have the thing I want. This could be a housing situation, a car, whatever. When things start to move, you're going to see it show up in other ways first. The birds before land, which is where you see, birds before you get to land. If you're on a ship, you'll start to see signs of life that live on the land, which are birds, because they can fly back and forth. So instead of getting upset and thinking, oh my gosh, what if this is as good as it gets, or, this is just insulting, instead of taking it in a negative way, get excited. Get grateful. That's what I like to do, is practice gratitude that I'm already starting to see these shifts within me in my external reality, and it's just a matter of time before it fully renders. But I shift out of the, oh my gosh, all of these things are coming through. I've been going through a lot of life changes, and it can be triggering when you're so focused on this one goal and it's all these other things seem like they're trying to distract you, and you can question, should I be compromising? Should I be not pursuing the direction that I'm going in? Because I talk in my other videos about the thing that you desire, if it's being with Ben, it's not really about ending up with that person. It's about the path of pursuing that and all the internal transformation that is going to go on within you and the personal transformation that's going to go on. So it's not really about being with that person, but that doesn't mean you're settling on your values and your standards, okay? So it's like totally fine to switch SPs, switch jobs, switch, dream jobs, switch the car that you wanted. You can change whatever it is that you're wanting to manifest at any time. It's up to you. But do not compromise and do not settle for less. The process of manifestation to me is the process of self-improvement in the sense of knowing that you deserve better and better and better, and loving yourself more and treating yourself better, and just working on your own personal value, how you value yourself, so that your external reality can reflect it. So one thing I do want to say is that when you're not showing gratitude for the movement that's coming up and you're starting to get triggered of wondering, is this happening again? It's our old stories playing out again. The old story of, oh my gosh, well, men only ever do this much for me and I could never get this, or, women always do this, or, jobs offer me this, but then this part of the job is awful. Whatever it is, whatever the old negative story that you're trying to break out of is, when you start to see movement and it's not coming through in the way that you want it to, that is when we can start to get triggered and go back into that old belief system of like, oh my gosh, well, this isn't working out for me. And that's not true. So really focusing on, what is this objectively showing me? Sure, it's coming through in an undesirable way, but detach your attachment, and you can see it objectively. That, okay, sure, I don't want Carl, but what is he reflecting back to me? He's reflecting that I'm a priority, that I am desirable, that, people want to spend time with me, do nice things for me, whatever it is. Look at it objectively. I'm not saying you have to accept these things. I'm not saying just because Carl is, if you go through the checklist, showing you everything you want, you don't have to accept him. You don't have to engage with that relationship if you don't want to. But I think that objectively looking at the reflections coming through, even if it's coming through in an avenue that you don't want to pursue, turning off that old story and saying, oh my gosh, my new story is starting to show up. Look at that. I don't have to pursue this route, but people do want to spend time with me. Jobs think I'm valuable. The perfect housing situation is there for me. Just look at how it's reinforcing all your affirmations and practice gratitude for that, and it'll bring you back to center. Because what really can happen with birds before land is it can be very triggering when we still have heavy attachment around it coming through a certain way. And so what you can also do is look at, why does it have to be this? Why does it have to be this person, this job, this car? I don't know. I think car can be, well, no, never mind. When it comes down to the aesthetics of an object, I think that's kind of where my point gets lost, because those are pretty simple, reasonable things that we have opinions on. I'm very picky about what I want my car to look like, so I'm not really going to settle for something that doesn't have, the desired traits. But people, jobs, which involve people, those are a little bit more flexible, right? Those are, maybe cars isn't the best example, but maybe it's also a good example, because while I'm very picky, a lot of people, I worked in retail and sales for 10 years, if not more, and a lot of people come in, whether I was selling cards, perfume, clothes, cars, whatever it was, they come in with an idea of what they want, and through exploring with them, they discover that they really wanted something else. And the way that you do that in sales is you get to the root of their needs. Why do they think they need this item or this purchase? And then you help them go through the ways that their needs could be satisfied. And it oftentimes helps them see other potential options, or even a better fit that they didn't know about. And I think that this is actually a fantastic analogy for life, because I think that's the pursuit of or manifestations, right? We have a dream, we have a desire. We think this is going to fulfill this thing inside me. And so we go and we start doing the inner work to, end up in a relationship with that person or get that dream job in that one specific field. And the more the manifestation process is having us address our root needs and stop fixating on the external thing, the more we start to see an opening or an expansion of potential for how that need can be fulfilled. Okay, I love that. I love that my little ramble took us there, because I think that that is so appropriate. So, moral of the story. Of course, triggers are going to come through, but, like my Birds Before Land video got a ton of views, and I didn't really want people to only see that and not have something to supplement it with. Like, if they don't want to watch any other video, that's of course fine, that's their process. But I felt like I would like to have just had this to supplement it. So here it is. But exciting news, so that's the video. Exciting personal news is that my little temporary exploration of like where I'm going to end up in life next has come to an end. I know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be moving this coming weekend. If you're watching this video, it'll be this coming weekend. So I have all intents of finding time to film at least 2 videos and post them during my move week, which would be the following week. But if that doesn't happen, just know I'm okay, and that's where I am. That's what I'm doing. But I wanted to get this background in one more time before I move on to something different. Yeah, so I'm really excited about that. Also, if you'd like to support me and this channel, I restructured my Patreon to be low monthly tip amounts, and you will have access to bonus content. Right now, I am focusing on extra manifestation videos around relationships, and specifically on healing codependency issues within yourself, and how to just like balance that and not get sucked back into the old things, how to really find your center in that, as that's something I'm exploring and have been exploring for a while now in my own healing. I want to share that with you guys. But basically they're all just going to be like deeper dive videos, and you'll also get first access or priority in requesting video content, exclusive to Patreon and on this channel. So all the information for that is down below if you'd like to work with me one-on-one. The information's on my website, which is also linked down below. Thank you so much for tuning in. Like this video, subscribe if you want to see more, leave a comment, let me know what's going on with you, or just to say hi, and I will see you in the next video.